Hey guys, imagine you're snuggled up in bed, lights out, heart racing from a Conjuring marathon, thinking that nothing could compare to that creepy doll or the basement terrors. But what if I told you that there are movies out there that dig deeper, twist your stomach in ways no jump scare ever could? Stay tuned, because today we're counting down 10 movies that make the Conjuring universe seem like a cozy hug. Let's get started. Number 10. The Headhunter. Released in 2018, imagine this solitary warrior in a foggy medieval forest. His scarred face bearing witness to the battles you can smell almost, the wet soil, the iron bite of blood. This wall of hacked-off monster heads, trophies from countless quests, but one monster torments him, the creature that took his daughter all those years ago. No giant cast, no special effects, just brutal isolation, and monsters that leap out of the dark like your worst nightmare. It's silent horror that ratchets up until you're jumping at every creak in the underbrush, reminding you sometimes the most terrifying monster is the one you can't escape. Number 9. The Blackcoat's Daughter. Released in 2015, it's nose thick on a deserted boarding school. The hallways whispering secrets only the girls can discern. Two teenage students, Kat and Rose, abandoned over break, begin to fray as something old awakens in the basement. Chilly breezes that turn to frosty breath on the backs of their necks. Cut to a woman driving in blizzards, eyes empty, pursuing ghosts of her own. The horror seeps in like frostbite, with images of hooded men in the mist of a shower, making you wonder about every groan in your own home. It's slow and sad possession, chilling you long after the credits roll. Number 8. We Are Still Here. Released in 2015. A grieving couple flees the city for a creaky old farmhouse in rural New England, hoping the silence will heal them after losing their son. But the house groans back, floors buckling, shadows pooling in corners like spilled ink. Neighbors warn of the land's hunger. Every 30 years it wakes, demanding souls to feed the thing buried beneath. The flickering lights show faces in the paper on the walls, and before long, the dead aren't keeping quiet. This one is a sucker punch of sorrow corrupted into fury, with spirits that rip walls down, making your sanctuary a trap you can't escape. Number 7. The First Omen. Released in 2024. Ancient streets of Rome shine under golden sunsets, but in secret beneath the marble halls of the Vatican, a young nun comes filled with devotion, only to discover a conspiracy giving birth to pure evil. Whispers in the confessional lead to horrors in nightmare rituals. Bodies writhing through unholy births, echoing through candle-lit chapels. The air fills with incense and screams as she runs against a prophecy that's been rotting for hundreds of years. It's body horror that gnaws on your faith, with shadows stretching like claws over frescoes, reminding you some sins are carved in flesh for good. Number 6. Barbarian. Released in 2022. A midnight reservation snafu leaves a traveler stuck in a dilapidated Detroit bungalow. Rain pounding the roof as she hears muted screams from the secured door downstairs. Curiosity pry it open to tunnels mapped with secrets, where the house itself appears to breathe. Walls thudding, floors sliding with something unspoken. What begins as a mistaken Airbnb becomes a spiral, where each corner conceals a new nightmare. Laughter ringing up out of the darkness like shattered glass. Taut, on edge, it turns your faith in four walls on its head, so that you find yourself side-eyeing every basement step. Number 5. Appropriate Flesh. Released in 2023. A psychiatrist in a rain-soaked coastal town becomes too invested in a patient tormented by visions of tentacles and ancient rituals. Their sessions merging into fevered nights in which bodies exchange like stolen jackets. Mirrors show eyes that are not your own. Flesh crawling with desires from some other soul, culminating in a basement ritual that releases Lovecraft's cosmic madness. Flesh dissolving, minds shattering in ecstatic horror. It's erotic fear wrapped in 80s camp, with whispers dragging you under until you can't remember whose thoughts are screaming. Number 4. Green Room. Released in 2015, a ragtag punk band drives up to an isolated skinhead bar, amps humming under dim fluorescence, the crowd's eyes like coals in the smoke. A pilfered glimpse at a backroom killing careens into lockdown. Door jammed, box cutter in hand. Blood spreading on the sweet-smelling floor as neo-Nazi goons prowl like wolves. The smell is of sweat and desperation, each cobbled-together weapon a second from collapse. No specters here, only human brutality and a small hell. hammering tension that clamps your throat and won't release. Number 3. Talk to Me, released in 2023. Adolescents at a thumping house party circulate a severed hand, candles flickering as they recite, "Talk to me," summoning spirits that contort faces into rictuses of pain and bliss. A single girl, fresh from her mother's suicide, probes too far. The possession persists, hallucinations seeping into her bedroom mirror, friends' eyes growing milky with covetousness. Bodies toss across kitchen countertops, whispers from beyond cooing confidences that unravel minds. It's contemporary mourning as viral terror, habit-forming and cruel, questioning whether or not the deceased ever actually depart. Number 2. Evil Dead Rise, Releo, in 2023. An earthquake shatters an LA skyscraper, deluges a family apartment with rank ooze from below, waking deadites that transform loved ones into gibbering monsters, scalps tearing loose, elevators choking on blood, sisters reconnect amidst the mayhem, children trapped in a playground of shrieks, as possessed kin tear through air vents with smiles like broken pottery. Blood rains down from ceilings, chainsaws shriek in darkness. It's savage family slaughter that drenches you in raw terror. No cabin required when hell comes up through your living room. Number 1. Baskin, released in 2015. A group of police ride the neon hell of Istanbul. Radios filled with a frantic call that takes them through a trapdoor into maze-like streets where time curls like wet paper. Shadows give rise to hooded figures chanting in guttural dialects, blades shining in torch flames as air clings to the smell of ritual fires and flayed flesh. Visions beset them, childhood horrors reincarnated in meat and madness, until the hunter/hunted distinction is lost in a cacophony of screams. Surreal, gut-wrenching fall into folklore's dark heart. It's the pinnacle of unease, where each step resonates your own unfurling. There you have it. 10 frights that overshadow the Conjuring scares with a more personal kind of soul-deep terror. Which one struck you the hardest, or earned a rec for the list? Share it in the comments, like this if you're still looking under the bed, and subscribe to Kindlight for more excursions into the dark. Sleep tight or don't. See you in the next one.